Welcome to Badasses. I'm your host, Kai Armstrong. Today on Badasses, imagine battling a silence so profound it threatens to consume you, yet finding the strength to become the voice of a generation. Today, we uncover how Amanda Gorman transformed her greatest struggle into her most powerful asset, revealing a lesson that will challenge you to see your own vulnerabilities as the key to unlocking your unique voice and inspiring the world. A single tear rolls down Amanda Gorman's cheek as she stands before the nation. Her yellow coat blazes against the winter sky, a beacon of light on the inaugural stage. The world holds its breath, waiting for her voice. But you wouldn't know that just months earlier, this same voice struggled to form the letter R that this poet laureate once feared speaking her own name. Picture yourself at 14, your mind brimming with stories, but your tongue refusing to tell them. This was Amanda's reality, born prematurely in Los Angeles with an auditory processing disorder that turned simple speech into a daily battle. You might wonder how someone facing such fundamental challenges could rise to become the youngest inaugural poet in US history. The answer lies not in spite of these struggles, but because of them. In her childhood bedroom, surrounded by dog-eared books and scattered journals, young Amanda would practice for hours. The soft glow of her desk lamp illuminated pages of poetry as she wrestled with sounds that others took for granted. Her mother, Joan Wicks, an English teacher who raised Amanda and her twin sister Gabrielle alone, filled their home not with the buzz of television, but with the rustle of pages and the rhythm of verse. When spoken words failed her, Amanda discovered that written ones never would. Each notebook became a confidant, each pen a key unlocking the voice trapped inside her mind. You see, while her classmates chatted freely at lunch, Amanda poured her thoughts onto paper, transforming her frustration into flowing stanzas. Her impediment wasn't just a barrier, it became the forge that shaped her unique perspective on language. At 14, Amanda joined Write Girl, a mentoring program for young female writers. Imagine entering a room where everyone shares your passion but not your struggle, where your written words soar but your spoken ones stumble. Here, Amanda faced a crucial choice: retreat into the safety of silence or push against its boundaries. She chose to push. The mentors at Write Girl saw past her halting speech to the fire within her verses. They recognized what you might already know, that our deepest wounds often birth our greatest gifts. With each poetry reading, each stumbled word, each moment of vulnerability, Amanda's voice grew stronger. Not smoother, perhaps, but more powerful in its authenticity. The breakthrough came unexpectedly. During a local poetry competition, Amanda stood before the microphone, her hands trembling slightly. But this time, something was different. She had stopped trying to hide her speech patterns and instead wove them into her performance. The audience leaned in, captivated not by perfect pronunciation, but by raw truth. That day, she didn't just recite poetry, she redefined what it means to have a voice. At 16, Amanda became Los Angeles Youth Poet Laureate. By 17, she claimed the national title. But success didn't silence her inner critic. Each achievement came with new pressures, new expectations. You might recognize this paradox. As her public voice grew stronger, private doubts whispered louder. Yet Amanda refused to let fear write her story. If you're enjoying Badasses, please like, subscribe, and scan the QR code for our free 7-day email course, The Mental Fortitude Challenge. Explode your confidence by channeling strategies from Roosevelt, Bruce Lee, and more. Now back to the episode. January 6, 2021. As rioters stormed the Capitol, Amanda sat at her desk, watching history unfold on her screen. The nation's wounds were raw, its divisions deep. In just 2 weeks, she would stand on that same Capitol steps to deliver her inaugural poem. The weight of the moment pressed upon her like a physical force. But here's what you might not realize. Amanda didn't see this pressure as a burden. She transformed it into fuel. Late into the night, she revised "The Hill We Climb," infusing each line with both the pain of our divisions and the promise of unity. Her speech impediment, once a source of shame, had taught her the power of choosing words with exquisite care. Inauguration Day dawned cold and clear. As Amanda stepped to the podium, her yellow coat catching the winter sun, something extraordinary happened. The girl who once struggled to say her own name held the nation spellbound. Her words, carefully chosen and powerfully delivered, bridged political divides and generational gaps. The aftermath brought a whirlwind of attention: Super Bowl performance, Time magazine cover, publishing deals. But Amanda's true impact runs deeper than accolades. She showed us that our perceived weaknesses often contain hidden strength, that sometimes the most powerful voice is the one that had to fight to be heard. Here's the challenge I leave you with. What voice inside you is waiting to be heard? What struggle might actually be your strength in disguise? Amanda Gorman's story isn't just about poetry or politics. It's about the courage to transform our limitations into launching pads. Remember, she didn't overcome her speech impediment, she embraced it. It shaped her unique rhythm, her careful choice of words, her ability to connect with others who feel silenced. Your obstacles might seem like walls, but they could be windows to your most authentic voice. Today, Amanda continues to write, speak, and advocate for change. But her greatest legacy might be the permission she gives all of us to speak our truth, however it sounds. In a world that often demands perfection, she proves that power lies in authenticity. So let me ask you, what hill are you afraid to climb? What voice are you holding back? Your struggle, like Amanda's, might be the very thing that makes your message unforgettable. The world doesn't need another perfect speaker. It needs your unique voice, with all its beautiful imperfections. Because in the end, the most powerful stories aren't told in perfect pitch. They're told in the voice that's uniquely, unabashedly yours. Be brave enough to use it. On the next episode of Badasses, Amanda Gorman showed us the sheer force of transforming personal obstacles into powerful platforms. But what happens when that voice suddenly finds itself amplified on a global stage, thrust into a world of representation and responsibility? Imagine a young girl, barely into her teens, chosen to embody a culture, a dream, a Disney princess. The next story follows a similar journey of finding your voice. Get ready to witness the incredible story of a young woman whose own voyage of self-discovery intertwines with a legacy in the making, and her fight to represent her heritage authentically. You won't want to miss it. Please like, subscribe, and scan the QR code, or follow the pinned link to get our free 7-day email course, the 7-Day Mental Fortitude Challenge. What if 7 days could make you bulletproof? Steal confidence strategies from warriors, rebels, and icons who turned panic into power. Click the video that just popped up to watch the next one in this series. Or for episode summaries, behind-the-scenes info, and more, go to daily8.com/BA. Thanks for watching.